No.
We got little.
We got little.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
1 second. Hold up.
I think we're just going to have to do that for today.
Okay.
All right.
Is it going to be like this for today?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Hey, little me. All right. I am Naiji Coach.
And this is Shiny Shiley.
Okay. So I'd like to start off with upper level kind of theory, or kind of big picture theory and best practices in mojo reading. That's what we focus on here on Mojo Reading Revealed. And as I mentioned before, it's nice to kind of get one into the headspace to go into reading if you know that you're going to read soon. If you can get yourself warmed up, just like doing a backflip or anything else, that would be helpful to do that. Kind of visualize a bit that you're going to do that. Just get yourself ready with, I'm going to go toss a caper in my backyard. You know, visualize that, accept that, and sort of get your thoughts primed as you walk towards the event area. All right, as a part of that, today I wanted to go over a few cases, to review a few cases and kind of give updates on them. And as a part of that, I was kind of talking to myself. Those who know, I'm talking about higher spirits, but this gets into what I'm talking about today is I want to talk more about the psychological process of mojo reading, and I was talking to my higher spirits. It's very important right here, this distinction. Those who are watching this do not have to be spiritually oriented. They don't have to believe in anything that I do spiritually. But I strongly believe it is relevant that that is the process I'm using to do this scientific thing. It's part of recording it. So we have the phenomenon, we have the mojo reading process, and there's no way around it. When you and I converse about mojo, including all the Rosetta Stone samples, you get personal with yourself. It's almost impossible to disentangle you when you talk about the data. That just happens. I mean, obviously, if I talk about Naiji males, there's tie right there. But then to Nijai, to Jaini, to people we've known in the past, how they fit in with the data. Like, you can't talk about like Vizai and not think of the Vizai who sold us our house. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. I mean, so, and it's all related. I want to introduce that in here, but I do want to keep this channel focused on mojo reading. And so I just want to make that clear. And I was actually wondering if I could even bring this in, but then when I was thinking about the cases I want to review today, I need that vocabulary. That vocabulary needs to be in here. Otherwise, I won't be able to explain, you know, kind of watching The Wire. I won't be able to like pull that folder out and explain to you how we track this case over the 3 months. Leaving that out would really leave out a big part of the story of the case solving. Okay. For example, I think I'm trying to figure what, you know, how to like bring that much in. I think probably like purifying in the videos I've done in the past, where people don't need to, you know, believe anything I do spiritually or be spiritually oriented themselves, but they can recognize I'm correcting data. So that's very, you know, worldly materialism. But that I'm having quite a psychological process. I think that'll be the middle ground. You know what I mean? This does get deeply psychological to one's core. And I think we can talk about that without actually introducing, like, I'm trying to teach you spirituality. But if that's how one did something, like the way you got past addiction was to meditate. Well, we're going to have to talk a little bit about meditation, even though it's maybe like an addiction fixing channel. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but the meditation helped me and a bunch of other people to get off the addiction, for example. I'm just making that as an example, but if that's true, then it's relevant to the casework. Okay, so with that in mind, today we're gonna go with our normal back and forth, but I will be a little freer, kind of bring that psychological in. This is good because we kind of like here been separating what we're doing into the first degree and specifically the mojo reading aspect of that. But one thing I'm realizing, which is really great, there is also quite a bit that needs to be brought in simply because it's the process of how that hard discovery is being made. It's like the lens. You kind of have to talk about the telescope when you're talking about the stargazing. You can't talk about one without the other. And then also the higher level stuff, it has an observational aspect to it. Learn that language is another thing we're kind of doing here, figuring these words out, like der and ad versus, you know, other words that would be, you know, known, like directive, for example. separating one from the other. But still, you have to address, for example, boundary setting, because boundary setting is observable. So on and so forth. Anyway, I don't know if you have anything to add, but feeling good?
Yeah.
Rocking it?
Yeah.
Definitely too. Good vibes help it with you're with someone, or if you are reading alone. It helps you get the best vibe you can with you and, I don't know, we'll call this your autonomous conversation voices. Everyone has, I think that's good. Everyone has conversations in their heads. I think we can all raise our hand on that. Okay, this is good. I'm kind of learning the language here. So that the conversation you're having in your head is relevant when you are mojo reading, and you want to get the conversation in a good groove. Getting that mental conversation with you and your other selves, the you talk to in your head when you're trying to figure out a problem. Is it this? Is it that? Those, you can shift back and forth. You're both those people in that problem solving equation. You're kind of go, well, who's right? Right? Okay, so that process is very much used in mojo reading. So I think that's a psychological process we can all kind of note. I think most people acknowledge that goes on, and that will be involved here. And that obviously that process would cover mojo reading, but also if you were into various religious, spiritual, philosophical things, you could take that natural talking to oneself quite far, get quite multifaceted with it, and into the realms of spirituality, religious stuff, and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm feeling good. I'd like to warm up with one of ours. That would, I'm talking to my process, and this is good. A lot of times I say my spirits. I'm gonna use that in my process. I know it's so pretentious, but I think it's actually useful because I need to say something that's like I'm talking to this, and generally I always say my higher spirits, because for me, that's what it is to me. But I want to not impinge on this conversation we're having here on the Mojo Reading Revealed channel. But I'm like, okay, I need to bring that in, but be respectful. So my process. All right, so I'm talking to my process, and my process is feeling good. Hanging out with my dear friend, ready to do a bunch of stuff that'll be fun. And I want to get into 2 review cases that 011 put forward, but I want to warm up. I don't want to just go right to them because they'll be a little more weighty. So we'll start with one of ours, and then we'll get into that.
All right. So, what are we doing first?
Well, actually, Frankie Faison is a repeat for us, a review for us. So actually, let's pull it behind the UFC. You can hear I'm kind of warming up within our own personal selections. All right, so UFC 235. Actually, yeah, let's go there and just do the card that we know. Run through the UFC 235 card. I get it started while you're looking.
Okay.
The main fight was John Jones versus Anthony Smith. John Jones is a JV. Anthony Smith is a ZVI. Then there was Tyron Woodley. He's a ZVI, and he went against ZVI Kamaru Usman. And Kamaru Usman, he won as well. So third fight, Ben Askren, ZVI versus Ruthless Robbie Lawler, ZVI. Askren won, but it was controversial. Okay, and this brings us to one that we'll be doing tonight. You take it, Charlene. Next match.
Zhang Weili defeated Tisha Torres. It was a close fight. I think closer than actually the score reflects. But yeah, she won.
Tisha?
Zhang.
Zhang. But Tisha, we know she's a ZVI, and we'll look at Weili Zhang today. All right, next up was Pedro Munoz, ZVI versus ZVI Cody Garbrandt.
And you want to go into the undercard?
Yeah, because there are some people.
All right, Zabit Magomed Sharipov defeated Jeremy Stevens via unanimous decision.
Mojos?
It was a ZVI Jeremy Stevens. Zabit, he's lean. So I'm not sure. I haven't read him.
Okay, Bizy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have too many of them. There's less of them than there are JV.
Right.
But yeah, he won. Then we had Johnny Walker, who we're reading tonight, versus Misha Kirkunov, ZVI. Johnny Walker won.
Cody Stamen, ZVI, I don't know who puts them in.
I don't think we've kind of fast forwarded through that one.
Yeah.
But they're both Zvi.
Okay.
And this Diego Sanchez, Zvi beat Mickey Gall, also Zvi. I don't think we saw that one or that one. But I did want to read Hannah Cyphers. I told you about her. She had very interesting body language. I was kind of curious
what her
mojo was.
Okay.
All right. So I feel, well, let's actually look into one people. I want to kind of just get some lens work, some picture work before I go to the review. Yeah, so let's do Whaley.
All right, so looks broad. Also squared off posture, tension. I would say
Durab.
Durab. Her cheeks are flat and ample.
You can hear when she's smiling.
Localized.
Yeah, the cheeks they move up. You see they're lifting, like the Jai emoting. I'm also saying Jai, but the emoting in the mouth area, which I believe is Jai. It gives like a radiance lift, but it's kind of lifting the cheeks up, and they're like plates being elevated by that force. Not so much the cheeks are also co-squinching, like the mouth is lifting up the emoting, and with Jez's cheeks, while that mouth emoting lift is happening, there's like a cheek pull. They do like a squinch pull. They lift the emoting in addition to the lift of the mouth. So yeah. So with her, I'm not seeing that. And she's smiling pretty big there. Like the cheeks are getting a pretty good amount of lift, but they're not flexating.
Jessica Evil Eye.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm seeing localized also emoting and tension. Rob, I'm thinking this is a Zvi.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure no chance she's a Zni. I think I am seeing Vi, but she just looks kind of, a little more upbeat than some of them do. I'm trying to take that in.
Looks like concerned though.
It does.
Looks concerned. Tight. Yeah, still looks like a Zvi.
Cool.
Super athletic.
Very.
All right.
Zvi Whaley Zhang. That's how they said it. It made like a zzz sound.
I think so.
All right, so now we're going to do a review 011 was asking about. Okay, so he wanted us to do Stella Maeve and Erica Durance. I'll do one this time, go back up for one of ours, then come back down for Erica Durance. So let's start with Stella Maeve. Okay, so in order for me to go over this, the kind of the history of this case, again, I have to bring my process into it. And I think I'm going to say there's the process, and there's my process, and there's our process. And they're all related. That's good. Kind of expand the language here. Process. The mojo reading process. All right. So with her, actually, what helped me crack her case, if you don't mind opening another window here, Jarlene, is Una Chaplin. Okay, to Una Chaplin, I have been going back and forth between Nijai and Jaini is mainly where I was going. And that was for a variety of reasons. One is she has a very easygoing, fun-loving kind of riff, and that can come off as ad. And so I was, I think, being a bit distracted by that maneuver and her prevalence. You look at most of her pictures here. Like the only picture here that's not like that is there when she's in character. All the other ones, she has that same energy. So that's kind of a consistent maneuver. Consistent maneuvers usually are more difficult to distinguish from the instrument than sporadic or intermittent maneuvers. What else? Also, being young, we've noticed this, that we really got a lot of that with the Olympic athletes, the winter sport athletes, where you have Xi that's not as sure of itself when it's younger. It has more of of a deferential kind of vibe in general. Like this look here, even looking at her now, I look quickly, it kind of looks addish, but it's not. I myself being a Naiji, which is what I believe Una Chaplin to be, it's striking me like deferential. Now I know what I'm looking at. Like this is a deferential look she's giving, and fun-loving and deferential. Not saying she's actually like that in real life all the time, but the way she portrays herself, mainly in public off camera. So being able to see that difference, that kind of took me a while, and I had to get there through, I think, well, yeah, there is a relationship that her mother had with Charlie Chaplin. Her mother was married to Charlie Chaplin. They were married for many years. And I found that relationship, and many others, but it's one of them for me, where I'm like, oh, that was cool. They were together a long time. It worked out good. It seemed like they were good to each other. And so there was a want for myself. My process has different aspects to it. One of it is trying to make me feel good and strong and fortified. And so there was a desire to use that storyline to kind of fortify my confidence in my own storyline. And I had to kind of like see that I was doing that. Interesting enough, it was with like the winter sport athletes, it kind of started there for me because they're not related to me so much in Mojos I tend to identify with as immediately. But I was able to see that, oh, I keep kind of seeing that as Jai, like my process is kind of reacting like I'm seeing Jai, but I'm not. And so, but I was able to see through that after a while. We saw a lot of samples, a lot of casework on that. We're like, okay. But that then allowed me to kind of see it. It actually opened me up, I think, on Jinai next. There were some Jinai that I thought were Nizai, but again, I was like, oh, no, it's more ad. I mean, it seems like it's ad, but it's actually dir. And then finally I was able to get here. Anyway, so I believe that her, Una Chaplin is a similar riff to the one Stella Maeve. Again, kind of very affable. Seems like she's in a good mood a lot, not trying to push. Yeah, she's toning down the push of her eyes. That's like a technical observation you can all make if you've seen enough samples. I believe she has dreamy piercing, and she has a mode of spectrum that can go from what she's doing here to very flat to very ferocious or stern, but she's not showing that. We're seeing a very particular portion of her mode of spectrum. Like this one here, this is probably like the furthest I'm seeing her display overt dir strength. There's a strength of dir signal if you've seen as many samples as we have. There's a different kinds of dir, you know, sub versus ob or whatever. But then there's also like how they're doing it. In the case of Jez Mojo, which she is, there's like a range of notes, and she's kind of hitting a rather similar set of notes in all these pictures. And they're all, I know maybe myself being an IG, this is like here. Yeah, she's trying to look attentive and intelligent and likable while not giving anything away and not showing too much strength. She's trying to not ripple the water and in a way kind of do like what ad mojos do naturally. Get the environment to come to her a little bit, get it to like her presence and be comfortable around it. Exactly. But yeah, when I got Una Chaplin, I got her pretty much around the same time. One led the other. Because I kept seeing G, but then also I was seeing like, you know, Nez first, and obviously, you know, it's one of those things like, I think it's where the process, I know a lot of people think like, wow, you've been doing this for so long and you're so like, you know, masterful compared to the general populace with it. How do you not see that? Well, that's like how magic trick works. A lot of times it's just out of your awareness, your immediate conscious awareness. And I just wasn't putting it out there enough. Like if you had asked me at the time, did you put all the mojos up on her to see if they would fit? And I would say, yeah, I went through all the actresses, and I even did some more besides the actresses. And I felt like I did that. But actually, when I went to touch on, have I put the Naiji out there enough to see if it fits? I was being given back a signal really of, you don't want to ask about that. Because you like I forget her mom's name, but her and Charlie Chapman, that is bolstering you. If you see more clear, this is very important. This is like this is high level. It's very important. This happens a lot, Charlene. You know, at the high level, you would go back to say process, higher processes of myself. Which of these things I'm putting forward seems more likely? And you feel like they tagged on something or waved you off something in an official way, but was it? And there's a different feeling to the energy. But it's subtle, and you won't want to realize, oh, I'm avoiding getting more clarity because that will take away some bolstering I was getting off of that inappropriately. I was getting bolstering is not bad. Obviously, you want to bolster, but not with inappropriate assessments of data. You don't want to do that. So there's a conflict between your process is very complex. Your process wants to bolster you as a human. It wants to help you be more powerful, more confident, more contented with life. It also wants to help make you wise and brave and so forth. And so those things can actually be in contestation, and you have to be observant of that and choose the right one. Because now when I'm looking at her, there was enough with her build, her elongation of face, that, well, first of all, I should have actually, I know I was, yeah, with her, I was, the other one, although they're similar in how I cracked the case, Una Chaplin, I was between, I think, Nijai and Zhai Ni. With her, I was between Nijai and Nizai. So, but like right now, I'm like, there's enough in there to make one wonder if she's sub. You know what I mean? But I didn't give that as much weight as I should have, because I went back for it. This is it. Here's the crux of it. Your process speaks to you without words, so they're vibes. The different voices, they vibe you different. So they vibed. You don't want to spend too much time looking at that. And humans have a propensity to do this. This is why mojo reading is so wonderful, because it helps you work against that predilection. What I heard was, what I put forward was true because you didn't say no. You mean what my higher process said was, you don't want to investigate that too much. And then I took that as like, oh, so my first hunch was right. Okay, cool. That psychological interaction happens on every single mojo read. And you have to be really alert to it and try to know. This gets into knowing yourself. Like, for example, when I realized I did have Una Chaplin, I recognized the kind of error I made and why I made it, and that helped me go over to here. Like, I immediately percolated up, oh, you need to go check on Stella Maeve, because you're like, oh, I see. I see the conversation with my process, I misunderstood. My process was giving me the answers, but I was not receiving them accurately. Anyway, I believe I'm seeing a Naiji, because the more and more I look at her, the more that dir signal is there and doesn't go away. Like she's staring through you. But she tries to make it more ethereal, dreaming, staring out into space, not like through you, which kind of like mitigates the dirness of it. Like here, friendly smile, almost like awkward, hashtags, like, I mean, she's kind of like making yourself more vulnerable, more approachable. But the eyes, again, those are looking right through me. Do you mean they're not popping like the ad ob do when they do peekaboo? She's kind of a little frontal peekaboo here. That's different than the way they do it. All right. So hope that's good enough for 011, but that's basically what I'm seeing now, and that's how I got to realize that I believe this is a Naiji. All right. That was a bit intense. So let's head back up into one of your C things, because that's
Johnny Walker.
Yeah, or casual, more casual. All right, so he was very athletic. I don't know if this means anything, but both Shiley and I were hit by the riff that he reminded us of John Jones.
But I see clear eyes, feet, elongation.
Great. He's muscly built, like he's there. But if you look at like here, something you can see a lot of times. It's not a one-to-one, but there's definitely a strong trend. This area right here, you see how it comes in? This with with ob, there's a tendency for that to be less indented. Same thing here around the elbow. So he's muscular, very muscular guy. But right there, actually, it gets thinner there. And then again at the wrist. A lot of times with ob, I'd say like mid wrist, it kind of just goes all that way to the hand, to the base of the hand. But with his, there's like the first half of it, and then the second half tapers off again.
Like a V perk up.
The most challenging thing for me is this.
His eyes.
Yeah, he has. It looks impacted as well. He has rather flat cheeks. And flat cheeks is just a basic structural thing. It does not mean sheer cheeks or Zez cheeks. But obviously, you can see they could be confusing to distinguish. So like right there, that's very helpful. I believe that is Jai all the way up the face into the eyes. He just has a very chiseled, flat cheeks, and also just generally kind of a chiseling.
His face.
Yeah, I keep like getting like Zyv with Jai, and I'm like, but then like there it is. Yeah.
Right.
Zyv. Nice. All right, so next to Erica Durance, what do we have her down as? Nizai. All right. And I think, yeah, a note here, I did have her way back in the day down as a Nizai. She's been updated, I think, for some time. So let me see if we still think Nizai, and then kind of explain what we're saying.
Yeah, it looks like she.
Yeah. Eyes are, I get a lot of up with the eyes. She's kind of like softer lips and rounder chin and everything, but the cheeks, I don't think are flexating.
Doesn't look like it.
A lot of eyes.
Yeah.
Drinking in. And again, a lot of eyes, but not the camera lens, jewel-like, gem-like a V, more diffuse.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's not going into the cheeks.
Yes, I think originally, I think just that she seems a bit more like these looks here she gives, a little more wryly shy, not quite as, I don't even say macking or whatever it is that the Nizai and Vizai both do with their Cheshire smiles. But this is a little more of a shy, for lack of a better term, use of it. And I think I interpret that shyness as shy is one thing. And then also, like I said, that she has, like here you can see it, slightly softer chin. You know, you see that more with Nizai, but it's not a one-to-one thing.
Yeah.
The Nizai tends to have more chiseled, more angular on the lines, but you see this variety often too.
Because also like the one from The Wire, for example.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You bring her up? No, she's one. Did you know? I actually thought at first she might be a Nizai. Or G9. You know, Jez because she had that warmth. Yeah.
Rhonda Perlman.
Yeah. Again, a little more vulnerable with how she does her G.
Yeah.
Not that this is say uncommon, but it is more common for more like the sassy G riff. Like kind of this looks here more of a shy, warm. Yeah, she doesn't do much with the Mackie ones. That's like the most kitty cat playing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like.
Name's Deirdre Lovejoy. There you go.
And again, also like you're saying, or you're saying like the connection, the roundedness.
Yeah.
But those cheeks aren't flexing. This is a good example here. I mean, that's decent size. Okay, here. Now she can be challenging for that reason because it lifts the cheeks up, and the cheeks aren't flexating, but they do mound. They're mounding. Mounding is also not is not flexating. It's a kind of zez. The ones where they kind of just move up as flatter plates, that style is easier. When they mound up, mounding can be confused with flexating, but it's not. Those, if you notice, they're kind of like squishing up into the mound. It's subtle, but there's not right here. We often talk about how like Jai has those muscles down at the bottoms of the base
corners.
The base corners of the lower side of them, and it kind of like it's like a swirly muscle, and like swirls as the lips do more potent maneuvers. And it's almost like they're like cords or something that get like tightened, and they get more swirl tightened as they make a dramatic maneuver. With G, I'm noticing, I think, but also I think just Jez in general, there is a little patch here that kind of crinkles right around here. It's the whole cheek, but something I kind of look to because these are subtle things. An area that kind of stands out is this area. Do you see it? Do you see on her? It looks kind of like a baby's bottom. It's not flexing. It's not. There's not any tensioning of her cheeks as she's doing this. It's almost coming exclusively from this lift. This would actually squinch up a little bit if she was Jez. So anyway, yeah, I definitely see that riff.
Ooh,
so I'm still seeing Nizai, and for those reasons.
I'm here. Yep. Right.
By the way, we're seeing with Stella Maeve, her hitting quite a few poses like she's doing here, but it wasn't having the same. It wasn't as natural. She was like, it was more posed. This, I mean, she's posing a little bit, but a lot of what she's doing here, like the natural, compact, wiggly approachability, that's just natural. She's cocked her hips and shoulders a little bit and put her hands on her hips, and you know what I mean. But with Stella Maeve, when she was doing maneuvers, it looked more like she was holding a dance move. She kind of and she was like voguing. You know what I mean? She was kind of doing it, and her whole body was in that maneuver. There was like a kind of body-wide power arc. Yeah, she was doing yin poses with like a power arc tensioning, where she doesn't have that. She's kind of just standing there, and things are just what they are. Cool. Good stuff.
Back up, Pollyanna.
And one other thing on talking about like the upper level stuff is just the, like I said, reaching back and being told for the reason that I discovered when I pushed further that I was going to lose some bolstering that I had been having using the story from Charlie Chaplin and Una Chaplin's mom, their story. That also with Stella Maeve, she's in that show Magicians. I don't watch that show, but just because it's called The Magicians, she was in it and everything. I kind of was also, I believe the other actor, the male main guy is Anaji, and I wanted that to be inspirational, and that would have been comforting to me. You know what I mean? Just even though I don't watch the show, Johnny knows I don't watch that show, but I was just the idea would be comforting, and so I tucked away a little nugget of inappropriate comfort bolstering that I needed to move out of the way to get to the answer. You'll find these various boulders or little rocks of distraction of your own making. You don't realize that you do them to distract you from uncomfortable things. You kind of place them there so that when you walk back into the deeper parts of your process to get, answers that could be uncomfortable, you have like these defense mechanisms to be like, are you sure you really want that? And so you need to be aware, it's an ongoing process, but be sensitive that that is happening whenever you reach back and that you are content with why you're doing it, and you can come to fifth gear, you can come to a proper attentive equilibrium. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Oh, and just the fact that I'm definitely noticing now that I'm getting close to the fine purification cycle. I think I have enough samples and they're sufficiently pure to go through at that kind of volume, that deep. That's relaxing it, because there was also the issue that I needed Nijai and Jaini and so forth, and that also was weighing on it. I know now that I have like well into the 900s on all of them. There's a relaxing of an anxiousness of what's the answer going to be. Oh, if it's a Nijai, I'll have 700 and some of the stuff. Oh, if it's a Jaini, I'll have 800. You know, that going off the radar actually relaxes the process. So it's important to talk about, because just like artists, you kind of need to have a certain setting, set and setting in order to do the best artwork. There is, like I said, a great deal of artistic appreciation in this work. And so being able to relax helps out quite a bit. So those, I think, the main things that got in the way of that. I believe I have seen what my, impediments were to seeing what the correct answer was. And it makes more sense to me now, because they have tensioning, look stir. They both had elongation.
All right.
Oh, I will say one last thing on that. I'm saying that because one thing you'll notice is also be sensitive about. One is on the interaction itself. The other is of tickling. You'll notice that when you find one obstacle to you properly understanding something, if you kind of, like a good detective, if you stay in that area and kind of like do a couple circles around, look around, a lot of times other things will tickle. Things in your memory, things in your process, you're like, oh, wait a minute. And so you want to kind of do this. It's not like a video game where you find a certain like little treasure, like, usually these things come in clusters. And so you want to be sensitive that once you trip up one little thing, look to see if there's any clusters. But then if you get yourself nice and still and quiet and keep looking around, and then you turned over the tickles that you feel, you're like, okay, I think this area now may be
solid ground.
Solid ground, exactly. Because you're kind of working with processes where it's like a new terrain. These are kind of things you have to do to kind of feel like, I think this is solid ground now. I'm going to move forward. We always keep circling back, and looking with a new best lens. But you do have to kind of have a process for realizing when there may be a trip up, digging into a trip up to see if there's any additional, things going on, and then assessing that I think it's good to move on, treating this as solid ground until further notice. And then you move forward. All right, so back to the UFC, Pollyanna, Vienna. I don't think we saw this fight. I think she's the one that's she was fighting against the one that has the unusual body language. What do you see? I already think I have an idea myself.
Seeing long. Vez. Eyes look a little clear.
Body language looks kind of tensed.
Yeah.
Is that her?
No. It doesn't seem zero. This is her. Vizi?
I think she might be a rangy Z-Vi because her face looks pretty broad to me.
No, it doesn't look to me. I mean, she looks more long and lean. So I'd have to see a video to tell. Yeah.
She's more squared off. She might be like Rosario Dawson with this kind of like gangly.
Yeah, I personally would have to see video to
no problem.
be able to tell.
All right. Cool. Oh, there's a picture there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So back down to requested.
Julia Gent, an actor. It looks
Yes.
broad face out. Wondering about like a Nizai or a Zenai.
I think you're in the right area.
That's G.
Agreed.
Gosh. Or Shai G.
Mm-hmm.
So Nizai, it's like.
The eyes look dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
Look drinking in, but again, that's good because that's very clear. It's a very clear picture you see there, but the eyes don't have that camera lens B quality, but definitely drinking in.
Yeah.
She's got a good amount of poise going on, kind of mitigates the lift a little bit. It's still there. And she has like a stillness.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Cheshire too. And you see here that thing we talked about. The last pictures here, this one here as well, where the cheeks, they lift up, but they're not flexating much themselves.
All right, Nizai.
Nizai. The last one from the UFC is that
Anna Cyphers.
Anna Cyphers shed. She walked with her hands by her side, and like she didn't move her arms like hardly at all when she walked. It's a very kind of yin thing.
She looks like a Zevi.
She does look like a Zevi.
Squared off.
Mm-hmm. I found very interesting.
Body.
Cheeks non-reactive.
Yeah.
That's a good picture there.
Yeah, it looks like shy. Localized.
She reminds me of a Zevi that I've seen in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had that same kind of similar kind of walk. She moved her arms a little more than the Cypher's person, but still kept them very close to the side. I wonder where that comes from.
Yeah, she doesn't take a lot of space.
No, even that picture, exactly, yeah. Yeah, classic here. You can see this is Zevi emoting, which we sometimes call bucketing, because you see it kind of goes wide, and the lower lip is driving that down wide motion. But as a part of that, it still does create an upward lift in the face. But you can see the cheek plates and the lip plate; those plates are lifting up, but they're not flexating themselves.
Zevi? Mm-hmm. To requested, we have Daniel Johnston, music artist. All right, so this looks ad-ob.
It does look ad-ob. Got the compact wiggly fingers.
I think
that's him.
Yes.
Okay, the way he's singing, that seems more like Jai to me.
Yeah, it seems like Jai, like this. Also.
Yeah, out the downward turns at the corners of the mouth.
Yeah.
And there you see, that's a very yang gesture he's making. For example, you see that non-com with the Zenai, actually, both of the Z first do that. I've seen more of the Zenai though, but it's like a one unit sort of chopping, shovel it, shove forward. But I still think I'm seeing wiggle, like right here.
Oh yeah.
This.
Not because it doesn't have tension.
No, like he's trying to put tension in it. This is a more tension gesture, but the way this is squinching up, it's not like a unified chording like you see with Dur. So I'm wondering, ad-ob G. I mean ad-ob Jai, Nijai or Bijai.
And there's something more
dreamy, I think.
Interesting, because I was wondering if it was like a haunted Vijay.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's it. This gets into the maneuvers. I'm feeling a lot of Nez signal. That doesn't mean it's a Nez mojo. They'll say that. I feel like I'm getting a strong Nez signal. Also, like I mentioned previously, it's relevant here. I'm got most of the shortfalls I need in order to start the fine purification phase out of the way, but I do not have Nijai male completed there yet. I talked to Johnny about that earlier today. I have a little bit of that has come up I still need, and so that's weighing on me. I'd like to revisit this case when I don't have that weighing on me. I'll be more impartial.
Okay. All right. So we'll leave it there for now.
Cool.
Right, so you want to tackle Frankie Faison?
Frankie Faison. Okay, so this whole like how G gotta be more like affable, like approachable. I'm wondering if he doesn't have that, because we have him down as Ni Zhai. I'm wondering if he's a Ni Zai. But he has, you see it right there? Okay, we were saw the ladies before.
Yeah.
Is that like a Xi Shy smile? Because I'm looking at the shape of it. Like, if you can do this, Charlene, like a little bit, separate the shape versus how it's hitting you. Whatever this means, I'm being hit by kind of like this more like kind of comfortable, calm energy, warm. But when I look at just the shape, the shape of his cheeks, what they're doing in the mouth reminds me of Cheshire. Like this.
I see what you're saying.
Like that reminds me of just the raw shape of it. You know, like the way he's lifting here. Yeah. We talked the other one, the lip plate and the two cheek plates. I don't think they're squinching.
Yeah.
But this expression he's making, you see that done more naturally and often with Ni Zhai. I don't know what you call that, Charlene. But it's like approachable. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, approachable.
Here's interesting, because we have Isaiah Whitlock also down as Ni Zhai. Now, I think his lower lip might be more into it. And the cheeks, see here? I think that we were talking about the mounding before. I think that might be actual flexating that he's got.
Yeah. This is interesting though.
Yeah.
That and also same thing. Sorry, I was looking at one other one. Like this one.
I see what you're saying. Perhaps he just has very flat cheeks.
Maybe.
Interesting. Yes, it's good to revisit, because this is part of what caused my shortfall. So perhaps I was just, cause I'm putting a lot of pressure when I'm doing these go through. So I'm really trying to rattle myself and see if there's anything that can knock me off. Sometimes I actually overdo it, but I prefer to go, a little over sometimes rather than under. I want to make sure I'm putting a lot of pressure on these answers. So, yeah. So I'm curious what whatever it is, it is. Yeah. So maybe it's still Ni Zhai. One thing that is kind of hitting me is just the fact that his mouth goes more sideways.
Is he related to Donald Faison?
I'm not sure.
Out of curiosity. Since we're on the case.
Yeah. Good call.
What's his name? Donald.
Donald.
Let's maybe put Donald Faison.
We're not the only one to ask this question.
He's not related. Okay, good. So take that out of the equation.
But yes, I feel good about the knee first. I'm still
Yeah.
He's up. He's up with the dreamy signal. See the one? Yeah, this one here. But I see what you're saying with that downward turn thing. Not, G users can also do that. It's just not the same or as frequent. Yeah, I guess what I was saying, it goes more sideways, and I'm looking for those distinctive Jai maneuvers. You know what I mean? Like a slack lower lip, the inward roll of the lip.
What does that look like to you?
A couple different things, but I mean that could be G that's in full flex. Here, he's smiling. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like to me like it's going sideways and more, and that the upper lip is. Yeah, it's looking Cheshire to me. His cheeks, the way they mound, is giving me pause. Like here again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have to see some video.
Okay, see that one though? I still don't think I've seen expectancy yet. Not saying it's not there, but I have not seen anything that I can hold on to yet. But I'll keep working my lens strength and come back. See here as well. All right, so I pulled him to workbench, so I'll just leave him there.
Okay, that's good. All right, back to requested. We have Brandon Scott Jones, a comedian. Daniel Johnston, a music artist.
All right.
Okay, we had just looked at him, so we're going to delete him. Or video. Right. So Brandon Scott Jones, comedian. Which one is he?
It's this one.
This one.
I think it's more pictures back then. I think that's him and that's him.
Looks. This
Yeah.
I think actually, I don't know, I'm getting lift from him.
Yeah, same here.
Especially some knees eye, I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too. The eyes look diffuse.
Yeah, here, broad, going sideways, looks Cheshire. I don't know if this is him. This is him.
Yes, looks like a knee eye.
Yeah. There.
No lift.
Yeah,
body language.
See the Gumby. Yeah. Lift. G. His hand there.
Yeah, see his knuckles, how they have like an unevenness to them and they're tensioning.
Yep. The S. G. Cheshire. This one sideways, not the cheeks.
And he's kind of, I mean, I think we read the S. Do you mean like how he's got like loose tensioning? Because he's kind of squared off.
Over here, he was S-ing.
Yeah, he was.
That pose. He was squared off.
Yeah, it's not quite as loose though as like ad sub would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just getting more things kind of confirming that. Knees out.
Yep. Knees up. right. Right, so where are we going to next?
Afterlife. It's a comedy that's coming out with Ricky Gervais, so I thought we might want to see it.
Let's check out IMDb.
Yep. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so Ricky Gervais, Nijai. He's playing Tony. Tom Basman. Does that person have like anything on Google?
Let's check. Yeah, he has some stuff.
Okay. Not a lot. May work with it. All right, what else we got?
Do you want to put him on the list to be read, or what do you think?
Sure, but we can just maybe leave his case up.
All right.
Oh no, that does be something. Yeah, go ahead and do that. It'll be too many tabs. Ah, no.
Okay.
And his dad, we have that person. You know who he is?
So,
Tony's dad.
David Bradley. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Let's see. What's the name of the show again? Afterlife. And right, so that is, oh yeah, from Game of Thrones. The Red Wedding. All right, Nicey.
Correct. All right, then Oration. Kanadi. Not a lot. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
we try. All right. Who's up next?
Next we have Carrie.
Well, since I didn't get a chance to build this list up, so let's actually just go ahead and switch back and forth between this and the other samples, and we'll just kind of do them one at a time.
All right. Next up, Matt L. Jones, an actor.
I think it was in my head. I was like, the UC was such a huge card. It was an awesome card, but I was like, it's so huge that I think I thought there were just gonna be tons of samples, and there wasn't really that many that we didn't know already.
All right, so he looks broad-faced. He looks odd to me.
Looks sad as his cheeks.
He does, yeah. Looks Cheshire. Looks like a Nisa.
It does. He does. Trouble.
Yeah.
What's her name? Kelly Daly. All right. Mizai.
Nisa.
Bam. All right.
Up. Going.
Royshin Kanadi.
We had Carrie Godliman.
Oh,
or do you want to actually read her?
Yes.
So do you want to do Tom Basman
Yeah.
first? Right, so he looks Nez. He looks Zez.
Yeah.
Because his cheeks are just not moving, even when he emotes. Same thing here. Actually, it's going pretty side to side here. Wondering about that. He's lean. It's interesting. It's kind of hunchy. Hunter, hunchy.
Oh, it's Hunter Hunt. He's kind of hunchy.
But it's hunchy.
Not for a frame. Up here.
It's not him.
Yeah. That's him, though, right?
Him. This is him. Yeah. That's him.
Yeah, I'm getting, I think, sub with him. Sub-serb. Oh, that's good. Can I see this? Not sure that's tensioning or not, natural tensioning or not. That's okay. Getting a calming vibe, man. One of these is a Zine. Out there, yeah. You can see his hands a little bit too. Not the greatest, but looks fairly localized. Body lines, I don't know, that reminds me of an ad sub, that posture.
Mm-hmm.
That as well. Here, he's kind of squinting a bit here, but I'm not getting a lot of pushing from him.
Yeah.
He kind of gives serious or stern looks a lot. Kind of turning that in. I wonder if he's like an IZ or something. I don't think so. He looks serious a lot, but I don't know. I'd say dur. Like here as well. Like he's kind of looking more serious.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little higher. I was wondering about here.
It doesn't look like him.
No. It says Tom Bass.
But sometimes they have the wrong
Bad Google. Why you do me like that?
Maybe there's a different Tom Bass.
I kind of get like a Zez Sam Rockwell vibe off of him.
Yeah. You see that?
Yeah, we didn't get calming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this reminds me of a ad sub knee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Nez Towers.
Yeah. Okay, Ziny?
Yeah. Well, nice.
Back down to requested, we have Lee Jong Yoon.
South Korean music artist and actor.
Right.
I'm getting that
Clear-eyed.
Clear-eyed.
Three.
But even before this one, I would actually say that sub Jez with V and I.
Yeah.
Or not V.
Not see him pushing.
No.
And we're drinking in, holding space, holding ground, soft. Again.
Yeah, he has flatter cheeks. So see the flexating, but there you can see it. It goes all over in the eyes.
Yeah. It's clear-eyed. So Jivey, I'm seeing.
Yeah, same here.
Softness in the wrist, low tension.
Here you can see. Goes up in the eyes.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Jivey?
Jivey.
Back up. We have Royce and Kanai. So she looks Zez with Nez.
Looks odd to me.
Yeah.
Broad.
Wondering, like, on Nizai and Zenai.
Yeah.
A little set mouth.
Does. Seems kind of wiggly though.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, someone can just have soft hands.
Yeah.
Got big eyes.
Does.
Again, I don't know. It seems like it might be compact wiggly. Maybe she has a softer face and body. Is that spiky or is that Gumby?
Yeah. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, here. Oh, that's good. Getting a lot of lift from her.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly puckering, outward puckering, not the inward. But she also wears that lipstick on Take the Neck because, like, that's interesting there, the chin muscles.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of lift from her. I'm not sure that's natural state or altered state. Yeah.
What's going on there?
Seems bad.
Why?
Just because of all these big drinking in eyes and the gesture she's making. Over here. And then she actually had her lips together at the end there. Oh, does anybody think she's a V-Eye?
Yeah, wondering. Yeah, because that may explain the yangness.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to figure out because is this a Knee's eye, which seems yanger. And that makes we're wondering, is that a Xen eye?
Yeah.
And the eyes are very bright.
They are. very bright.
And this one's good resolution. Those, that looks kind of like hammer lens.
Yeah.
We have a few like stand-up comedians that are V's eye, but they've all been men so far.
So far.
Yeah, because I'm getting lift. I feel like this is ad.
Yeah.
There's something more yang.
Yang.
Seems more embodied, right? Like a V would have. Yeah, I think we were wondering too, is like, because I think I was trying to go between like the Zenai hands or Nizai hands. And I was like, they seem wiggly, but there's something more yang about them if they're fleshy compared to Gumby, I think, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, those eyes. It just seems more embodied.
It does. I'm getting a lot of lift.
Yeah. I like gem-like.
And there you see she's a little leaner, the lines more. I'm definitely getting that Adab Zai. You know what I mean? The Cheshire, the flat cheek, but the eyes look more clear. And the skin also has that subtle Yanger quality, a little more plump, waxy. Well, this has become an unusual case, obviously. Either way, she's challenging. Because if she's a Nizai or a Zenai, she'd be challenging just because she's unusual there, but she also might be a VSI. So let's come back to her. But I think we did some good work on her today.
Yep.
So video with her. Oh no, just workbench is fine. I didn't recognize her right away, so I thought she was a requested, but actually she's for a show. We usually do them after we watch the show, but actually this is preemptive.
Yeah. Kim Jong-in.
South Korean singer and actor.
All right. Well, this looks, again, camera lens, V, so that dry broodiness, the expectancy, long, towery, languid.
Languid. We say, what do you mean languid? Just playing this kid.
Yeah. Or that one.
Bam.
Bam. B with nigh.
I'm approachable
Also
for the right kind of person.
Collapsible wrists there.
Good call. All right, Javi.
Javi.
Nice. Code name Devastator.
All right, so going back to Afterlife and seeing what other folks might. Okay, so there was this Carrie Godlyman. Let's see if she has any pictures. Yeah. All right. Well, she looks says Nez.
Yep. Again, I'm getting up with her.
Yeah.
And at the placed lips.
Yeah.
Her eyes look
diffuse.
Diffuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hands, that's compact wiggly. Add up. And those eyes looked diffuse. A lot of lift, a lot of drinking in. One thing we should also factor into the other case when we come back to her is she wears rather garish makeup style. Not meaning to be in any way derogatory, but she wears like very bold red lipstick into their eyes very strongly, so on.
Yeah, she looks knee-high.
Knee-high. Good. Next up unrequested is
Yun Jung-shin.
Another South Korean music artist.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Different look than the ones we've seen so far.
That's him. Also.
Yes.
He looks broad.
Yeah, he looks broad.
I'm getting ad from him too.
Yeah.
I think this is an ad of. I'm, trying to make sure I count for the Asiatic, flatter cheeks sometimes. His cheeks seem to not flexate very much. Yeah, I'm trying to tune out that we know he's a music artist and everything. If I was just seeing him in general, I think I kind of get like a knee-eye thing going on.
Yeah.
I'm getting lift a lot. Even though he's kind of a little more squinty with his eyes, I'm getting a lot of lift from him. The smile's going side to side, very placed lip positions, and the cheeks don't look like they're flexating much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him again on the right.
It is.
It looks like a knee-eye.
It does.
Yeah, because unlike a lot of the Jaibu we've been seeing in the South Korean music scene, he looks broader. His cheeks are not right there. That's a big smile. The smile goes a little more side to side, more aware, more placed. And then the cheeks, they're lifting up, but they're not flexating.
Yeah. Thing here. Left. There's that emoting, but it doesn't go into the cheeks.
More squared off. So like low tension squared off.
Him here. Yeah, again, the expression here doesn't go into the cheeks. No, there.
Yep. Just give us, make sure it's unusual because he's in the music, but I mean, we do see knee-eye do music a lot. Like quite a few stand-up comedians that are knee-eye that also, incorporate music into their act. So.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I've seen knee-eye.
Knee-eye. All right.
Intriguing.
Back up and looking at Afterlife. Okay, so we have, let's see here, Ashley Jensen. Do we have her? I think we have
I think
her.
is she in Nizai?
She was in The Outfits, right? Or one of those shows.
Another comedy of his, yeah.
Extras.
Extras.
That's right. Yeah, Nizai.
Did you ever see Extras?
I did.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was funny. All right. Let's see. So Paul K. Do we have him?
We do. He's down as I think Najee. I think he played one of the leader of the Bloody Mummers. Game of Thrones. Najee. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I may have thought he was Najee back in the day, but no, he looks Najee.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Lower lip.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
Dan.
I know.
Look forward to.
Officer Dan.
Officer Dan. Yeah. All right. So Paul K.
Got him.
Yep. Oh, we already have him. That's right.
I'm going to get him again.
Diane Morgan. See if she has any media. All right. She looks.
Says. Looks
yeah.
at those eyes very good.
Yeah. Looks like a Nizai.
Nizai, because yeah, the refuse. He's a bit tall still. Nizai, they can be tall. Look at Conan O'Brien.
That's true.
But I'm getting a lot of lift.
Yeah.
And drinking in. And the expressions look aware. Cool.
Cool.
All right, so we'll go back to requested.
Let me grab Diane. Okay, back down to requested. We have Yu Young, German politician. All right. Well, he looks sub,
yeah. Der sub.
Yeah.
He's got that coiled whip look.
So it looks like Vi and Ni.
Yeah. The diffuse. It's got that intense center thing, but with a diffuse halo.
I think that's Zhai and Z and Zhai.
Agreed.
This is the
things make us think that, for example, like here, it's a little more challenging, obviously, because of the mustache being there, but it still looks like the lower lip is driving that maneuver.
And he has that oval that the
upright oval.
Upright oval.
The Der sub Z have. That's in the maneuver you see with Zhai, where the lower lip kind of like smashes or pushes up into the roof.
Like holding ground.
It's more challenging because he's a little older, so the skin's a little looser. But I don't think the cheeks are flexating.
No.
Like, I think that's Zez. Again, here you can see the energy of the emoting, comes more from the lower lip.
My hands also.
Long and tensioned.
Or front.
And again, that as a part of that, this is kind of like this where the impact is, like the lower lip kind of comes up and impacts into the upper lip, but that drive comes from down here, and you can see this we talk about. This muscle here and here. Everyone's face has that to some degree, but Jai users, it's more pronounced. They use it more dexterously. It does more things. The spectrum of its activation is more.
That looks like a Ness Hunter.
It does.
All right, cool.
You mean Best Hunter?
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I was Zez Hunter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Der Sub Z.
Mm-hmm.
Long, piercing,
Concern.
sheer cheeks.
Oh. Into a barfly.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
We'll take that action.
All right, back up to Afterlife. Let's see what else we got.
Tony
Way.
Do we have him? He looks somewhat familiar.
Let's check.
I want to scroll. That'll be a while.
Let's see. Way.
There's Way.
Here. Tony.
Pending. Okay.
Right. Time is now. Okay, so he looks off.
Mm-hmm.
He looks ad.
He does.
And he looks Nez.
Mm-hmm. So knee first.
Me first. Okay.
He's one of the ones that's kind of salty looking, squints a lot. Like here, he's kind of bringing the serious a lot. But I think that's not that ad movies are serious, but you know what I mean. Like he's focused on a particular goal. He kind of gives that look a lot.
Yeah.
But there still he has the kind of wiggly, compact, squared off but low tension. Oh, look, the hands.
Yeah, that looks kind of, it's interesting, how it's being pulled, the muscles there.
Mm.
I'm wondering, not sure though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has, in here, it's sort of like a little snarly.
It's a little snarly.
Yeah.
But I saw you mean with the muscles. I'm curious about that. His mouth's got a kind of interesting waviness to it.
Mm-hmm.
This one here. He's kind of got like this sad look on a lot, but I don't know if that's just something, you know what I mean? If that's just a maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's like a sad-faced Nizai.
Yeah. What's that?
Looks puckered out, right?
Looks puckered out, yeah.
And he kind of has this sort of put out look a lot, but I don't know if I've seen impacted or expected.
Yeah.
Expected. Talk to me, potato.
Mm-hmm. What is she? Yeah, I think we're getting down there.
I think I'd like to see more.
Yeah.
So let's put him to workbench. Fine. Or he's already in the collection anyway, so it's fine.
All right, back down to requested. We have JYP, South Korean music artist.
He has a real name.
Park Jin Young. Let's see what comes up this way. All right, is that? Let's see if his name will actually bring more stuff. And let's see here, Park Jin Young. Who is it? Is it him or is it him?
Let's get this one.
Yeah. All right. Jorg.
He's going to delete it out.
Jorg Kachelman, meteorologist. Okay, that's something we don't
see as much of
in terms of professions. Okay. So, interesting. He has that Vi knee combo.
I wonder if he's kind of getting like a knee eye riff here.
Yeah.
Like those knee eye more academics that have a lot of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's got a lot of vibe. But I think I'm seeing lift over that.
Good.
Ziny.
Yeah.
Looks lean there.
Yeah.
Oh, his hands look more compact. Here's his hands some more. They seem more compact to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like lift.
Yeah. So myself, I'm actually between knee eye and Zai knee.
Yeah.
I've been looking to see if there's any chance like the Vi is stronger signal, but I keep feeling like knee is the stronger signal.
Yeah. Same here. I think that's compact.
Yeah, right? Maybe just tall and lean. Oh, and also, I think I'm not seeing the cheeks move a lot.
Yeah.
He has a bit of a softer face. Like here, you see more clearly. You know, I mean, he does a good amount of like G there. The cheeks are like lifting up, but I don't think it's flexating. Yeah, this looks like an ad prac to me. I mean, sorry, an ad serb. Yeah, he's taller, but in the face, even it's a little bit longer, I'm getting a lot of lift. And in the hands, although his body's overall kind of more lankier, the hands seem fairly compact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that. And also the tensioning, I'm not getting that sort of feathered quality that the ad sub have.
Yep. All right. Knee eye.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, because even there, his arm looks really long. Not really long, but it looks more lean. But the hand doesn't seem as low tension as an ad sub would be. It seems a little more tensioned. Yeah, the hand. And a lift in the eyes. Yeah, he's tall and lean overall. His body, his face is a little long side, but that lift, and also there
Yeah.
the tensioning that
Yeah.
seems more like ad ob tensioning.
Agree.
The wiggle. Yeah.
All right.
Knee side. Yeah, just make sure I wasn't missing nothing.
Back. Afterlife with Joe Wilkinson.
It looks, maybe this is getting a little
Let's check.
scant.
No. Looks like knee alpha.
Yeah, knee first.
Knee first.
Yeah, we can work with him. He's got 2 photos. They're big.
This is a knee's eye.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't see the cheeks move there.
Yeah, even when he does come a stronger move, emotive move. Cheeks are lifting and mounding but not flexing. Yeah, lots of lift, but diffuse. Here with the way he got his beard done, everything like that, the crazy look reminds me of the guy from I mean, he's been in a lot of other things, but in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the one who's the crazy cop that is dating the Nazi lady, and he's always just has the most crazy stories to tell.
Knee eye.
Knee eye. All right, cool.
Back down we have Lamia Kador, Islamic scholar.
All right.
Looks odd. Looks dark. I think this looks like a Z first.
Yeah.
Lady.
Does, I think, look more dreamy in the center and clear on the halo.
Yeah. This is a Z9. Yeah, see the Jai going downward, but localized. Yeah, there. It's more dreamy with clear.
Yeah. Just, you know, a little more rounded cheeks, but I think it's still Zez, I'm saying.
Yeah, not going into the cheeks.
No.
Yeah.
Yep, and the downturns in the corner.
Yeah.
Z9.
Yep.
Boom.
Down. Right, back up to Afterlife. Penelope Wilton. Let's check.
The name sounds oddly big.
You wanna see if she's on
Yeah.
the list? Ending.
All right.
she looks Nissan.
She does.
She looks
got the lift, Cheshire, dreamy, diffuse eyes breaking in.
The character she brings in, the poise, the vibe, still
stately.
Yeah. Still the lift reigns.
Yeah, and the cheeks are mounding but not flexating.
All right, knee side.
Yep.
Back down to requesting.
Next up is
Chris Kale.
Music artist from Five Finger Death Punch. Camp worked on his case before. We'll see if we can get any further with it.
His cheeks haven't moved in any of the pictures that I've seen yet. I'm wondering what that's about.
Yeah, he's definitely doing like the hard man thing, so I have to kind of factor that in. But here, sure. Sure about this. No, his eyes give. I'm getting a lot of energy from his eyes.
That'd be an IZ. Be an IZ.
I don't know. That's him without the beard?
No.
No, it's someone else.
I see him doing things with the eyes, kind of like the one from the movie that Army of Darkness guy. You know, like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But then there's kind of scrunchy.
Here, like, I wonder if there's a chance he's like a Vijay. But he's kind of got like the hard thing on, like here. Those look. Is that Jai expectancy the way his mouth is shaped there?
I don't know.
It's hard with all the beard.
Plus his hands don't look super fleshy.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's not screaming Vijay.
No. Not screaming, but he's not really screaming in particular right now. I'm kind of just.
But since you had brought that one up, I'm just saying that one doesn't feel like a great fit right now.
That kind of wild yell face he makes, though, it does remind me of Nijai and Vijay do that. Like it's like their wild man look.
Yeah, it's not super compact.
No, they're not. Agreed. So, not sure what that is.
No, I'm wondering if he's sub.
Maybe.
There, looks longer.
Right here. Mageless weights and so forth are something good. He looks more fuller, his frame and face. Like even the hands there. They're not the most compact, but also like maybe like they're like a Durab or something. I don't know. I'm also trying to factor in the kind of his whole riff. Because I know like when these eye get real, you know, wild physical oriented, it can look very yang.
Yeah, I'd have to see video to see the
Yeah.
cadence.
Maybe like a G5 or something. I don't know. Yeah, I needed more time with this one. More video. Video.
Deal. All right. There you go. All right, let's see if there's anyone else in the afterlife. 3 Tim
Plester.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like Mrs.
For me, I'm thinking subserve. What does his mouth? I'm wondering if that's like, because he has an unusual shaped mouth, I'm wondering if that's a kind of trumpet or something else. Because it kind of gives me this, you know, cool just hanging out in a space vibe. Yeah, this whole posture reminds me of Nez Tower.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Kind of like this one.
Is that him?
No, that's the one from
oh yeah,
Preacher.
Oh, you know, I know what I was about to say. I was like, what? Hey, he reminds me of the one from Preacher. Yeah, but again, it's body language, the tension in shoulders and neck.
Right. Yeah, I can see. I think that is trumpet. All right. That's why I was between Nizi and Nizai.
His unusual shaped mouth a little bit.
Yeah, looks trumpety.
It has like a very almost like a, what would you call that? But like where the middle of the lip, they come to like a tight point.
Here.
Yeah, they come to like a, I don't know what that is. You know, like a widow's peak. It's kind of like a widow's peak of the mouth of some kind. Or like a beak or like something. Yeah, it's a little bit like a hawk.
Oh yeah, he was the one that came from.
Oh. Bad.
But yeah, looks.
Yeah, because that's very little flexation of the lips, all in the mouth area.
All right,
Ziny. Oh my goodness. What have you done?
Nothing that hasn't been done before.
Fair enough. That's not true. Actually, we just read someone's soul. So that's never been done before. Not like that. Not that level. Not like we do it.
Next, Anna Kaiser.
Yes, celebrity fitness trainer.
All right. Square it off, like.
Not sure yet about that because she's very fit. Sometimes that can skew younger than it might actually be. Is that her? Her body language is interesting there, like her hands. I don't know, that looks kind of feathered to me. Well, there's a chance she's a Zy-V. There's a few Zybe fitness ladies, and they can be very, very physical, which can make them seem, I would say, of the towers, the Zybe, both male and female, are the yangest.
Yeah.
And that comes out in their builds. You can see if she's really very fit, but I don't know, that might be, holding space natural state. Better. Yeah, because I think I'm actually seeing the Naiji connection. She kind of reminds me of a Naiji, the way she stares and everything, except it's chillier and the cheeks aren't moving.
And the eyes are receptive.
Yeah, that's the chilliness. Kind of chilliness actually is a inviting, approachable chili.
Yeah.
Looks so broader here, but in general, she seems more elongated. Oh, that one, yeah. The Zybe tend to have the most robust digits of the ad sub, but I think that's the kind of feathering, tensioning associated with ad sub. I think those eyes were clear. Up here.
Yeah.
Here I'm kind of getting like the Zybe connection.
With the G.
And the sheer cheeks.
Sheer.
And there, because she's squinting, I think I can see more Nye, but it looks like altered state.
Yeah.
Nye squinty. Yeah, but Jibai also are very heavy in there, as are these eye. Zybe also occasionally get in there, so I'm trying each of those out. But like for Zybe, I don't think I've seen the cheeks move that much.
Same.
Jibai, there's a couple pictures where her face looks broader, but overall it seems more elongated. And it seems chilly, but I'm not getting pushing. Like I get a yang from a chilly, but not yang of pushing.
Yeah.
Is that her?
No. No. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, no. No.
This is good because see, Lisa Kelly Ripa is Jibai. I could see the cheeks activating there, and I'm getting pushing because that increased. Her emoting is I'm not feeling as pushy now, like a dirt level. Is that Zybe?
Yeah, Shakira.
That's a good comparison. Here. Yeah, like this kind of thing. This can they have more like a embodied robustness of the ad sub mojo, so it can be look a little younger.
But yeah, looks Zybe.
Cool.
Right. So
and there's our session. Perfect. All right, so Jani and I are still working on the family bubble. We are whittling down the ones we wanted to revisit in general, and we're making a list of challenging examples. We're getting some really good breakthroughs. And then as for myself, during the main push I have during the day, I am continuing to work towards the fine purification, and I am almost there. I just got to do some more work on Nijai males and Jaini males, but I anticipate sometime this week, perhaps the middle, perhaps the end of the week, I'll begin the fine purification. So Very excited about that. All right, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.